Gamers. This is Captain Curtis, and we are here for our weekly Devos again. This week, we're heading into American Thanksgiving. We already had our Thanksgiving up here in Canada in October. I know, it's weird. But down in the States, where so many of you are from, you're heading into Thanksgiving, and so we're going to do a bit of a Thanksgiving Devo. And it's called Attitude of Gratitude. And so with Thanksgiving just around the corner for you guys, soon, all of you Americans at least, will be gathering together with family and friends to celebrate the holiday. When it comes to Thanksgiving, what comes to mind? Good food, good friends, time with family. I think all of those things are what Thanksgiving is about. But the main purpose of Thanksgiving is to pause from our busy lives and to give thanks back to God for who He is and what He has done for us. Gratitude means expressing thanks for someone or something. So what do you think it means to live with an attitude of gratitude? Living with an attitude of gratitude means that you live in a way that shows thankfulness for everything, both in good and bad circumstances in life we face. If we all take time to think about it, we have lots of things for which we should be thankful. The problem is that we take these things for granted. Instead of living with an attitude of gratitude, we go on with our day and forget to give thanks for these blessings. This is what happens in the Bible stories we're reading today. Jesus was traveling on his way to Jerusalem when he came across a group of lepers. Leprosy is tough stuff. It is a skin disease that causes the person to have sores all over their body. The disease would spread and worsen until eventually the person would be crippled by the pain and irritation. It was a nasty disease. Those who had leprosy were outcasts, and they were pushed out of their homes, their cities, and they were forced to live with other lepers away from normal life. Needless to say, being a leper meant a miserable life. When Jesus came passing by, these lepers knew he would probably heal them. Let's read how the story unfolds. Now on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into the village, 10 men who had leprosy met him. They stood at a distance and called out in a loud voice, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." When he saw them, he said, "Go, show yourselves to the priest." And they went, and they were clean. What did the lepers want Jesus to do? Have mercy? What do you think they meant by mercy? These 10 lepers wanted Jesus to heal them from the disease. Can you imagine the sight of them running into town with no more leprosy and being reunited with their friends and family that they haven't seen in years? Jesus had just spoken the words, and they were healed. But let's take a look at how they responded to what Jesus had done. One of them, when he saw he had healed, came back, praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him, and he was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, "Were not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? Has no one returned to give praise to God except this foreigner?" Then he said to him, "Rise and go. Your faith has made you well." Only 1 out of the 10 came back to thank Jesus. How do you think Jesus felt when he saw that only 1 had returned? Jesus had healed them of this horrible disease. He made a way for them to return to their homes and their normal lives. And yet only 1 out of the 10 took the time to say thank you. By asking where the other 9 were, Jesus shows that he is shocked and disappointed by their reaction. Our bottom line today is, because of all that God has done for us, we should respond with an attitude of gratitude. The one that returned is a great example of living with an attitude of gratitude. When he realized that what Jesus had done for him, he stopped everything that he was doing, and he returned to give thanks to Jesus. He fell at Jesus' feet and, with a loud voice, began to express his thankfulness through praise. He was thankful because God had changed his life. God has done so much for us. He loves us, provides for us, protects us, guides us, and most importantly, He sent His Son to die on the cross for us. We know that God has done these things, but we often forget to express our thanks. We need to remember that God deserves our gratitude. Because of all that God has done for us, we should respond with an attitude of gratitude. Again, because all that God has done for us, we should respond with an attitude of gratitude. This means we need to live in a way that shows thankfulness to God for all that He has done. We should take time in our day to thank Him when He protects us, guides us, or simply reminds us of His love. We can show our thankfulness when we pause before lunch to thank God for providing food, or when we pause after a test to thank God for giving us wisdom. When you realize what God is doing, take a moment to say thank you to Him. Well, that's it for this week. I hope those of you celebrating Thanksgiving this week have an amazing time. I hope you get to see your friends and your family. Those of you who might not get to see their friends and family this weekend, I just know that we're praying for you, know that we're here for you. You can pop on the Discord and chat with somebody. You don't need to be alone. But we love you guys, and we'll see you next week, where we're going to start our Advent series because Christmas is coming. God bless you all. Talk soon.